Hellena Nambogwe from Uganda. I did education for sustainability from London Southbank University, and I graduated in 2014. How the course has impacted me professionally and personally. As a conservationist, all I wanted to see is conserve the environment, being intact, nothing destroyed. But as I joined the course and I went through for the 3 years, I realized that conservation and development actually can go together, can coexist and help the development of the communities and they live better lives. So that's the most important thing, that it opened up my mind, it changed my way of thinking, and now I'm a better person from how I was before. As a professional person right now, I feel there's a lot for me to do to make people understand that yes, education for stability can help make the community's lives better, and it can change the quality of lives if we accommodate, if we learn to balance things together, conservation and development and other. In my career, the course has helped me to develop into a specialized person. I mean, before I joined the course, I was into environmental education, but right now I'm into communication and advocacy. I feel that's where my passion falls, and I'm close at policymakers. I believe that through working close to policymakers, I can change, I can deliver, I'm closer to the communities, because before, when I was in environmental education, I used to work directly with the communities, but the communities can give less to the success of conserving the environment. But right now, when I'm working with the policymakers, I feel I'm making more change than where I was before. The most important thing the course taught me is understanding development and conservation, that they can coexist, they can balance, plus business. Those three things can balance at the end of the day. So through the course, I've been able to work with all the stakeholders in a win-win situation, for them to understand, yes, we can work together for the benefit of each person. It's not communities win and the policymaker or the government loses. But that's the most important thing. And then also, besides that, 2015, uh, they changed the Millennium Development Goals to Sustainable Development Goals. That's a good achievement to making the world to know that sustainable education is important in changing the people's lives. Before, right now people don't understand what it is, but through the sustainable development goals, I believe that the world is going to know how important education for sustainability is to the community and to the teachers, to the students, and to the world at large. So this is the time for me to call to anyone who wants to know about environmental education, come on board. Our tutors are here to help you and be better. I'll use my case study from Bwindi, Impenico National Park. Bwindi holds the largest number of mountain gorillas in the world, and half of the population is found there. And what we're trying to do for the last 3 years that I completed the course is that I'm working with the policymakers around the country, where right now the organization where I'm working is a coalition of organizations around the country. So I'm working directly with the policymakers, at the same time the communities. And this, the first thing we have done is increase the the revenue sharing from 5% to $5. At first, the communities thought that the forest was for the government, for wildlife authority, but we talked to them and told them, this is your forest. There's ownership of the park, and right now the 10% right now is going back to the community directly, and it has increased ownership of the communities of the park. So I think it's a good achievement for me, because I've worked with both the communities and the policymakers, and now it's a win-win situation. Before, it used to be win and lose situation, and I feel we're on a better ground for both stakeholders.